How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And I really do appreciate you taking your time watching today's video. After both of the assassination attempts on Donald Trump, the one in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the one in Florida, it was on the news constantly for about a week. And now you hear crickets. You hear nothing about it at all. Some of you may know, and some of you may not know, that there is a congressional task force that's been looking into the two attempted assassinations on Donald Trump. And with no surprise, guess who's not cooperating with the investigation? That would be our good friends at the ATF. At the starting, they did cooperate to help trace the firearms involved in these crimes, as well as looking into the explosives that were at the house and in the vehicle of the first attempted assassin. But according to the task force, these attempted assassinations, the ATF has failed to produce certain materials the task force has asked for as part of its ongoing investigation. On October 3rd, the task force sent a letter to the ATF, specifically to Director Stephen Dettelbach, and also the Assistant Director. And there were 17 what they call requests for production. And they wanted transcribed interviews with some of the relevant ATF agents who provided support or response functions in connection with the assassination attempts on Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania and West Palm Beach, Florida. And like I said, they sent that letter on October 3rd. And the ATF responded on October 22nd. The ATF has failed to produce one single document in response to the task force requests. Also, the ATF has failed to meet the task force October 10th deadline. The task force said the ATF's response, and I quote, is woefully insufficient in the view of the task force requests for physical documents and materials, end quote. I'm going to pop on the screen so you can follow along with me the letter that was sent to Director Dettelbach and the acting assistant director. The task force on the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump task force is in receipt of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, October 22nd, 2024 response to the task force's October 3rd, 2024 letter, requesting the production of documents and materials as well as transcribed interviews from select ATF personnel. The task force's October 3rd letter specifically outlines 17 requests for production as well as 3 categories of requests for select transcribed interviews with relevant ATF agents who provided support or response functions with the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump on July 13, 2024 in Butler, Pennsylvania, and on September 15, 2024 in West Palm Beach, Florida. The ATF's October 22, 2024 correspondence is less than 4.5 pages in length, 2.5 of which consists of summary narratives. To date, the ATF has failed to produce a single document response to the task force requests. The failure is underscored by the fact that the ATF failed to meet the task force October 2nd, 2024 deadline to begin rolling production of documents. The substantially abridged response letter is unresponsive to the task force requests and is woefully insufficient in the view of the task force requests for physical documents and materials. Both the task force and the American people expect answers about how 20-year-old Thomas Crooks planned and executed a nearly successful assassination, including significant evidence found at the home of Thomas Crooks, a suspected improvised explosion device, materials to make IEDs, as well as additional explosives discovered in Crooks' vehicle. While ATF played no role in coordinating the event itself, ATF provided meaningful assistance retrieving and investigating evidence connected to Crooks' firearm and residence. In view of the task force's condensed time frame to complete the investigation and fulfill its critically important mandate, the task force expects a substantial initial production in line with its stated request priorities. Reattached to this letter for your convenience, no later than November 13th, 2024. In addition, the task force expects ATF to provide availability dates for relevant employees to sit for transcribed interviews. Should ATF be unable or unwilling to meet this deadline, the task force will be forced to consider a compulsory process. Thank you for your prompt attention to this request. On behalf of the members of the task force, we appreciate your full cooperation. And now I'm going to pop on the screen so you can read them what the task force is asking the ATF for. I'm not going to read it because it's kind of long. but you can pause it and read it for yourself. So of course Congress and other three-letter agencies are still trying to find out why this guy Crooks tried to assassinate Donald Trump with an AR-15 at the Butler rally. And thank God, for whatever reason, he only wounded Donald Trump in the ear, but he also wounded two other attendees of the rally and killed attendee Corey Competore. There are 13 members of this committee, and it's a bipartisan committee as well. And also the task force is looking into the second assassination attempt to try to find out why Ryan Routh in September pointed an AK-47 towards Donald Trump right outside the perimeter of Donald Trump's International Golf Club that's located in West Palm Beach. So after reading the 17 things that the task force wanted the ATF to provide, plus the 3 or more interviews that they want to conduct, and that none of that has been provided, that shows you that the ATF is not cooperating with this investigation, which is a very important investigation, because Donald Trump did become the president-elect and will be this 47th president of the United States. And thank God these two guys didn't complete their mission. But I think most of you will agree with me that once Donald Trump takes office on January 20th, and he fires the director of the FBI and fires the director of the ATF and others, that we'll see this task force investigation moving forward a lot quicker and getting answers to everybody's questions. Let me know what you guys think about today's video in the comment section. And as always, I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. You guys continue to crush it by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and hitting those post notifications. And I really do appreciate it. And I invite everybody to come back and watch my next video.